Okay, today, oh my god, dude. Today sucked. Woke up bright and early, and I didn't even get to chill, man. There was like negative chilling done today. It was all learning about fucking the efficiency of fins on a cooling element and heat transfer and one-dimensional walls. A bunch of let's all just be clear with each other. A bunch of mumbo jumbo. So luckily, done. Now we get to the fun part, the lift. A cool 551, and I got to do a little bit of a U-turn. I'm going the wrong way. But today is well, it's half a leg day. It's just quads. But honestly, maybe half isn't the right way to describe it. Because, I mean, when I have a leg day, getting through hamstrings, that's the easy part. For me, to get a really good hamstring pump, it doesn't take much. Or not just a pump, but, a good lift. Quads, that's what takes some energy. So, maybe this is 75% of a leg day, just by overvaluing the required intensity and work for quads compared to hamstrings. But so this gym has leg extensions, everything you can want, but it does have a machine hack squat. So when I say machine hack squat, it's they've got plate loaded hack squats. You throw plates on the side, it's a sled, and then this one it's got a cable action with like a plate stack where you're moving the pin, adjusting like that. And for whatever reason, just like the strength curve or the whatever, I love the way that one feels. Like for me to do the hack squat plate loaded, I like it, but not as much as this machine. This machine is freaking sweet. But I haven't gone to this gym for quads for a little while, purely because last time I was here, the machine, the cable on it was all frayed. Like, because you got to imagine the whole force of the weight that I'm lifting, like on these pads, it's all getting condensed into just this one little fucking steel cable, like you'd see in a push down or a fucking lat pull down or something. And right in the middle of it, where it's kind of rubbing up against some pulleys, it's looking like this, fucking exposed metal. Oof. So if let's say I go down for a rep and I get a lot of weight, and at the bottom I just happen to, you know, exert the perfect amount of force and that fucker snaps and I get launched back up to the top, I'm not going to say guaranteed injury, but more than likely would just at the very least, in the best case scenario, it would just scare the shit out of me. And then worst case scenario is like my fucking legs get caught up in something weird and don't even want to think about it. So it's been a while. So I guess I'm really just kind of hoping that it's fixed. But I would think it would be. It was kind of glaring. You know, the last thing you want to do is have a gym where they're not too up to date when it comes to making sure shit's fixed and works. And then following that same logic, I mean, it's definitely nice when a gym invests in equipment that is, let's just say, runs efficiently, right? Doesn't have to be fancy and new, but there's machines where you can just fucking be rude to them, throw some weight around, really kind of rough it up, tumble them, and they're good. I feel like there's a lot of newer cables, and like whenever I see really new shit, unless it's super fancy or something, like Lifetime, like really expensive. A lot of the newer kind of cheaper shit, like newer leg extensions, the pad pins are always breaking off. There's always springs loose and cables are getting stuck, and it's a total hassle. So, that, I mean, that doesn't really affect me. I'm not a gym owner, but I am a gym goer, so that's just kind of something I like to keep in mind. But all right, 5:54. We're about 20 minutes out from the gym. Maybe a little less. 20 is a little. Oh, I thought the gas turned. Yeah, a little less than 20 out. Maybe more like 15. So, barring any, you know, unforeseen circumstances that may happen in the next 2 hours, once I get home, bro chat, with Fuad, hostile. Got a little bit of a special guest. I'm gonna get like a 2-hour chat with the giant killer, if you know who I'm talking about, Mr. Lee Priest, the freak himself from down under. I'm pretty excited about that. I fucking love Lee, man. This is straight out of what I kind of consider the peak years of at least bodybuilders that I like watching. We're talking Lee, Kevin, Dorian, Tom Platz. Like when I go back and I'm watching those training videos and they're really going nuts, that's just fucking sick. Everybody's got their favorite eras, I guess. I mean, oh, how about this? If you haven't seen Pumping Iron, you should watch that shit. It's like free on YouTube. You gotta watch ads, but that's pretty cool too. They knew what they were doing back then. I think we gotta step it up in the modern age. Okay, that's kind of that's not the best way to put it, but there was no texting in between sets over there, back then at least. So definitely some shit to emulate when it comes with old school training. But I can already feel the beta alanine tickling my cheeks. My ears are kind of getting it a little bit. So fast forward probably maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. By then I should have walked in, put my shit down, got warmed up a little bit, and should be ready for whatever the first working set for quads is going to be. So let's just get started. If you were to have made a bet or a prediction on what the first movement would be, more than likely you're not going to get a good return. Because, I mean, I pretty much always start quads off with leg extensions. It's, kind of twofold. I mean, for one, I just love leg extensions, but then they kind of act as a pre-exhaust or a pre-exhausting movement. So when I go over and do that, machine hex squat, I won't need so much weight because my legs are already going to be thrashed after these next few sets. So single leg, moderate rep speed, just burnout. I'm not thinking about anything too technical here, apart from squeezing and just try to go nuts. Okay. All right. A little heavier. So one advantage why I love leg extensions is it's just cutting quads down to the most simple fucking level of activation. I don't have to think about balancing. I don't have to think about, like when I squat, I always imagine like I'm loading up a spring and then when I get to the bottom, I release it, launch back up. I don't have to think about any of that. All I got to think about is fucking locking myself in and going nuts, which I do not mind in the slightest. few more, just like that. Okay. Okay. Try not to get bored. A few more here. Oh. Okay. I think, I don't know what I think. Maybe 2 more double leg, and then get over on that machine hack squat. That sound good to you? So this will be a double leg set. Now I was doing about a little more than half the stack for the single leg, but I'm gonna go a little lighter here. So instead of the whole stack, just 200, a little bit of change. Same thing as before, burnout, you know, whatever. Okay. All right, I lied. Let's do one more single leg alternating style. So lighter weight again, 5 reps in the right leg, then 5 in the left, back and forth, and then let's get some machine hack squats going. You know, the whole reason we even came here. Okay. Okay. I hope that guy's not about to jump on the machine I wanted. Let's find out. All right. So this is what I'm talking about. My bread and butter. Honestly, squats, close contender. Actually, squats probably do beat this, but this has got to be one of my favorite pressing machines, at least. I'm not really a huge leg press fan. Regular hack squats, they don't really scratch me as much as I'd like. But this is sweet. So I'm kind of gonna do a half regular squat, half sissy squat style. Like I'm not going totally, you know, legs parallel with my body, but my butt is gonna come off the seat a little bit. Now, you know, make sure you don't fucking hurt your back. So I think that's all I'm trying to say. Just if you try this kind of shit, just start light and make sure you don't hurt yourself. I feel like maybe I should just add that disclaimer all the time, but whatever. So pretty fucking heavy weight. Let's get in the zone. Let's get fucking real. It's kind of a bitch to get my body into this machine though. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. That was good. Holy shit. That was getting up in the 90% effort range. Oh my god. Holy shit. Let's breathe. And let's repeat. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Let's finish with one more set of leg extensions. And then quads, it's fucking done. Fuck. Oh my god. Alright. I lied. I'm just gonna call legs at that last set of fucking hacks. That was nice. That was freaking nice. I think next quad day, barbell squats are gonna get thrown in again, which I don't know if you know how I feel about barbell squats, but guess what? I freaking like them. Let's get the exposure turned down one more little notch. Let's see how quads look. I had Eye of the Tiger playing for that last set. I'm not gonna say it's absolutely necessary, but playing some badass music, especially music that reminds you of some badass shit, it's gonna fucking hype you up, right? If you got your favorite anime and there's a specific AMV that you like with a badass funk song or like an edit, listening to that kind of music, not only do you get the hype from just a badass song, but if you're fucking imagining Goku fighting Broly, you're probably gonna go hard on leg extensions. I say that with a pretty solid ass degree of certainty, but oh my god, big ass fucking shirt with tiny shorts, is an interesting look at best. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just take these fuckers all the way off. Oh my goodness. So, how are we looking? What do you guys think? Had a solid amount of quad. I like it. Obviously, I want them to be freaking 10 times bigger, but this current moment in time, I'm not dissatisfied. The only thing that's really upsetting me is the fact that I still have veins, aka I need to start eating some more fucking food. Woof. But little calf check, no pump. They're there. Yeah, I'm kind of lucky. Calves aren't really a weak point for me. So plan now, probably continue to catch my breath. And, well, let me pull up a chair. Let's have a discussion. So, why do I lift covered up? What do I get out of it? Is it because I don't want to show off? Is it because I think I'm super small and I don't want to look at myself? What's the logic there? I think it's worth noting. Yeah, I think most people are lifting in fucking tanks and the shortest shorts they can get their hands on. I've said this before, but I'll just reiterate it again. I just don't want to be distracted. I feel like if you're lifting and you're totally fucking exposed, then to an extent, I think you're kind of just focusing on stuff that's unnecessary, right? I don't need to be looking at my fucking quads while I'm doing my set, right? Because that's like the bigger picture. That's the big picture at the end, right? While I'm lifting, all I want to focus on is pretty much contraction / exertion. I don't need to be admiring anything or like walking across the gym to get a drink and then in between sets, hitting a quad flex just to see how I'm looking. That's just kind of how I feel about it there. And apart from that, which that is pretty much why I don't, lift totally exposed, but it lets the lifts work up to something, It lets me come into the gym my normal size, or at least for whatever muscle I'm hitting. And then once the workout's done, once all the good badass sets are complete, then not only do I get to say, okay, now I'm done. Whew, take a big breath, whatever. But I also get to get a bit excited and say, holy shit, let's walk over to the mirror. Let's see what I did. It's just fucking sweet. So apart from that, one thing that I have been thinking about is I wish I got a little phone tripod earlier. Not just to record lifts. Honestly, look, I'm not going to say this with complete certainty. I don't stand behind this completely. But, if you're a beginner, I don't necessarily think you need to be recording every lift, posting every lift. It's really just a distraction. Honestly, the only reason I'm comfortable, fucking recording every set and in between all my sets saying some shit is because I have a pretty good grasp on what I'm doing. At least I think so. So for me to hit record, say a little something, and then do my set, doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really take away from my lifts. So, but what I was trying to say was having a tripod does help a bit, because you got to think, when you take pictures of yourself as a beginner in the mirror, you're pretty much locked into only a couple of poses. I think we all scroll back into our camera roll or, our Snapchat memories or whatever, and you see a lot of the same poses, right? Maybe you're holding the phone in one hand doing a double bi, or you're holding the phone backwards doing a back double bi, or half of a back lat spread or shit like that. I wish I had a fucking tripod early on just so I could have a lot more poses of me hitting lat spreads and other shit, purely just to look at the progress over time. Because when I go back to my earlier pose downs, when all I was doing is tracking progress, I wish I had some more shots. That's all I'm really trying to say there. So let's let's put our big boy pants back on, get in the car, and prepare to have some knowledge bestowed upon me by a living legend. Okay. I'm still kind of fucking out of breath a little bit. Some hard leg sets, or some quad sets at least, that will freaking do it to you. So I gotta be real. I gotta admit, in all honesty, on that last set of machine hacks, I could have got at least one more rep, guaranteed. Honestly, probably closer to two. Frankly, when I got up to the top position on the second to last rep, I think I took my foot off the gas a little bit. Now, did that lack of that one more rep destroy the leg workout? Was that whole leg workout pointless? No, of course not. But that's definitely not something you want to get into a habit of doing, right? Because the more often that you do your sets and you kind of ease up, you ease up right at the end, that's going to become your new normal. And then before you know it, you're just going to be doing fucking 10 reps, not even close to failure, racking it, and saying you're done. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Not ideal. I'll say that for sure. So, today's leg day was, pretty standard for me, but one thing that I have been changing up is pressing no longer comes first on my leg days, or my quad workouts at least. It just, man, I wouldn't think it, because in my mind, my logic was, okay, I'm starting quads, I'm super fresh because I haven't done any working sets yet. I want to do my heavy pressing first so I can lift a lot of weight, so whatever, good set, and then move on to leg extensions. But I've been liking leg extensions first. Maybe not like 6 or however many sets that was, but at least 2 or 3 before getting into something like that hack squat or like barbell squats, because I don't know, the leg extensions don't really take away a lot of my strength. Like, my pressing strength is honestly relatively comparable even after 3 really hard sets of leg extensions. So they almost act as a primer. And then if you've never squatted with a quad pump, not only are you missing out, but if you decide to do that, then you are in for a sweet fucking treat. Honestly, it's a totally different feeling. It's almost like, I don't know, it's kind of funky. It's almost like the quad pump is assisting you on the reps because your quads don't want to bend, because they're pumped up. They're kind of more, let's just say, elastic. Like when you get a bicep pump, a really good one, when you straighten your arm out completely, right, you're pulling on your fucking bicep because it's fucking pumped up, man. It's inflated. It doesn't want to stretch out anymore. So something about that, combined with the fact that you're already kind of fatigued, each one-way ticket. You just opened up Google Maps and you typed in Burn City with a detour. Or no, your first destination's Burn City. Final destination is I don't want to say Pump City. I wanted to say something else, but whatever. Pump City, right? It's fucking sweet. So if your leg day or your quad portion of the leg day has consisted of squatting followed by leg extensions, I say swap it. Then worst case scenario, you think, okay, well, that kind of feels like shit. I'm going back to squats first. Totally valid point. But best case scenario, you go, 911, I'm going to need a skin graft because this quad pump just blew my leg open. Now, it's kind of some Final Destination shit, but in the context of a pump, that'd be pretty freaky. Pretty fucking freaky. So tomorrow would have been chest day, but instead, back day. I keep chilling out on chest. So, don't worry. Don't worry. Chest will come back. Give it a little time. Give it a little time. Because you got to think. I feel like every car talk going to be talking about this shit. But the last thing you want to do, well, the first thing you don't want to do is get hurt at all. But, sometimes, fuck it, whatever. It'll just fucking happen. Even if you're not doing 4 plates on incline, maybe a little bit quicker than you should, if you're lifting weights, man, there's a little bit of risk. Shit might just fucking happen, right? Can't be controlled sometimes. So the first thing you want to do is not get hurt. Pretty basic shit. But the second thing you're not going to want to do is hurt yourself even more, right? Hurt me once, shame on you. Right? Hurt me twice, shame on me. So if you've got a little something that you kind of fucked up, back off. Back off on it a little, all right? Not that I think that's groundbreaking knowledge or groundbreaking advice, but it is... What the fuck was that? Jesus. Semi just did his engine brake. Kind of scared me. But it just makes sense. So I'm not going to get into chest till it's back to at least a percentage of solidity or recovery, or I feel comfortable doing maybe a light day. But again, we'll see. So back, same as usual, rows, pull downs, whatever. But this is leg day. I don't want to talk about back. So have you been skipping leg day? I don't even want to look at you. I don't even want to look at you. I know you've been skipping. I hear it. I hear it in my fucking... I see it in real life. Talking to some dogs, talking to some whoever. Every time somebody talks about their split, or, a split comes up, whatever. Once someone says legs, once someone says the lift that shall not be named, people get a somber look on their face. Well, I've been skipping legs a little bit. Come on, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hold yourself to a higher standard. God, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. But again, no matter what I say, I'm not your dad. So, do whatever the hell you want. I'm just saying, if you come up to me and unless you got a valid reason and, you're like, yeah, I've been trying the Arnold split, but I've been taking leg days off. Fuck, man. Hate is a strong word. I'm not going to use that, but you're definitely upsetting me. You're definitely fucking upsetting me. But enough of that. No more. Oh, don't even get me started on cardio. You guys are nuts. So tomorrow's plan for the morning, probably a big ass bowl of cereal followed by maybe a liter of water with electrolyte mix with some Silo 9, of course. I keep forgetting to take my vitamins in the morning. I've been taking them at night. Every time I say that, people rip on me and they're like, you gotta take your vitamins in the morning. Whatever, man. What freaking ever. Take them in the fucking morning, take them at night. Do whatever you want to do. I say you're gonna get your B12 and your fish oil and your calcium and everything else in your system anyway. Timing wise, whatever. Yeah, I guess if it's marginally better to do it in the morning, then I would. But I've never heard anything about that. So, if you're not taking your vitamins and your little fish oil tablets, again, I think you're missing out a little bit. I'm not going to say it's groundbreaking. It's not life-changing to, get a fucking multivitamin gummy in your system plus some fish oil. But it is good for you. More than likely, your diet has some vitamin deficiencies. Everybody's fucking anemic these days. I guarantee you're not getting enough sunlight to have a substantial amount of vitamin D in your system. Look, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Whenever I bring up vitamins, instantly, you should get all of your nutrients from your diet. Sure, I agree. That's probably the best case scenario. But if you're missing a little something, I think the vitamins are gonna be A-okay. So that's my stance on that. Oh yeah, unrelated to lifting, but in terms of shows, I've been watching Snowfall. That's pretty fucking cool. It's kind of crazy. Imagine Breaking Bad, but with cocaine, and in the 80s. Maybe not the exact same, but similar vibe. That's pretty cool. Plus 6 seasons, so that's gonna tide me over for a long while. I'm not gonna say you should spend all your days watching fucking TV shows. Probably not the most efficient use of your time. But I feel like a lot of the times in my day, I'm doing a lot of shit that's very mindless. You know, like if you're just doing your chores or cleaning up whatever, or doing like some busy work, or just whatever, I want to put a fucking show on. Now, is that just because I'm a dopamine dependent cell phone TikTok addict? That could be. That could be. But over the course of time, it does let me watch a whole bunch of shit. So now I'm just talking about whatever. Let's list off a couple more random anecdotes, and then we can turn this mofo off and get ready for tomorrow. What the fuck else? I keep losing my chapstick. Damn. And my lips are fucking chapped, man. I'm very prone to the dryness of the air in the winter. It's getting me bad. It is getting me bad. Because I don't know what I do with them either. It's like fucking magic. I swear I have like 10 in a rotation, sort of spread all around the house and the car and the gym bag in my pockets. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe I've got holes in my pockets that I'm just not aware of and they slip out. Unfortunate. But alright. That's it. That's it, man. Do your cardio. Keep lifting hard. I shouldn't have to tell you this. Honestly, you should just want it yourself. But, if you need that little extra push from Mr. S, from Mr. Sulik, if you need somebody to tell you to go hard, then at least make sure you do it. Set of squats to the point where you feel like you're gonna, well, I'd say there's kind of 3 states of a difficult set. Feel like you're gonna pass out, feel like you're gonna throw up, or feel like you're gonna start crying. Those are probably the 3 end goals of a real hard set. And honestly, I feel like I've been slacking because I haven't done any of those 3 for a fucking while. Never thrown up from training. I've really cried from training either. I've seen it though, so I know it's possible. Pass out, that'll happen a couple times. Alright, I'm just talking about fucking random ass mumbo jumbo. So, home, food, a long ass chit chat with Mr. Priest, Mr. Abiad, and potentially somebody else. I'm not sure if Ben's going to be there. We'll find out. But keep an eye out on, that would be on the Fuad Abiad Media YouTube channel. Because I'm fucking excited. And I'm driving home with some fucking excitement. If I was sitting on a bench right now and my feet were dangling, I'd be kicking them. But after that, more food, sleep, and then repeat. The ideal day of a lifter. So I will see you next time.